Hello, once again, YouTube world, and thank you so much for tuning into the
Mobility
Mobility Bros.
Bros.
I'm your host, Coach Cliff, and my brother right here, Ron Hilton, is also hosting today. We have a very, very special guest. This person is near and dear to my heart. We grew up together in high school. Dr. O is in the building. Hey, Dr. O.
Hello, good
How
morning.
are you? How are you? All right, before we get into that, guys, I know you're excited. You're gonna have to sit and watch the whole show. We're gonna talk about everything we talk about here, right? So we talk about human mobility, we talk about athletic mindset, we talk about pain reduction and pain management, we talk about the thoughts and process of practitioners, and we talk about the mindset of our clients and our members. So that's kind of what we do here. We talk about different topics while we in that space. We have almost 49 videos now.
We're at 40. We're at 40. This would be 48. We about to hit the big 50. So
We
we're
are
Oh,
about
wow.
there. So
Nice.
So we're extremely excited. And so let me introduce you to Dr. O, okay? I'm gonna just read a little bit about her resume. I'm gonna shoot you some bullet points so you know exactly who we're talking about, right? So she is a clinical nutritionist. She is a certified nutritional counselor, consultant. She is a certified holistic nutritionist. She is a certified sports nutritionist. She's a certified weight management. She's a certified weight management sports nutritionist. She's a certified master level consultant. Dr. O has gone through the work to be extraordinary. I've seen her in Africa. I've seen her on stages. I've seen her come back to our community just recently and educate children and give out free fruits and free food so that people could understand the importance of nutrition. Dr. O, how are you? Say hello to the audience and community. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well. I was just explaining to Ron earlier that, this week has been a fruitful week, punchline. But yeah, have an event this weekend, so I'm excited about that. So, and I'm excited to be here and I'm honored to be on your show.
thank
Oh,
you.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. So my first question for you is we know each other from running track back in high school. We know each other from all the amazing things. What got you curious and interested in the world of nutrition?
Well, originally it all started like maybe like 8 years ago. I had a diagnosis where they said I had hypertension and high cholesterol. And originally I had a friend that was a pharmacist, and I basically asked her, I said, what is the lowest dose medication I can take for hypertension? She was like, just change your diet. And, it was kind of like really little bit of an oxymoron because it's like this person should be recommending meds, but they're like, change your diet. And she was like, you should actually try juicing too. So I started juicing. That's when I first heard of juicing, like 8 years ago. I started juicing and then also started eating well. And literally like a year later, my I no longer was hypertensive and my cholesterol was normal. So it was basically a reversal of a diagnosis due to that. So that's how I was like, okay, your food is really your medicine, because everybody in my family, even the ones that are slim, tall, short, whatever stature, have hypertension, but I don't. So that's when I got learned about nutrigenomics, your genes and nutrition, and how your genes are affected by what you eat.
That's awesome.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is powerful. Your food is medicine, people. If you have ever experienced reversing something or being told that your food can help increase your health, please write it down in the comments. We want to know, have you experienced these things? If you're looking for a nutritionist, please write down in the comments who you're looking for. We want to make sure to connect you with Dr. O so you could experience more of this stuff. My second question. You were in Africa doing some amazing things, walking around. What were you doing out there? And please share how awesome that experience was. It looked fantastic on social media. What were you doing?
Okay, so there's a part of the business for Dr. Juice. There's a project called Amaraji Bigba, and I'm from Nigeria. And in the Yoruba language, Amaraji Bigba means good food. And the reason why I even started that project is because me growing up, CJ knows well, like if you don't eat well, you're not going to perform well in school. You're not going to perform well on the track field or even football field for you, and and all the other sports. So I realized, there's a positive correlation between good nutrition and academic performance. And a lot of these students in Nigeria, they're in impoverished areas, they're not doing well academically because they're not eating well. So it literally just came to me through a dream, like, you know what, I can start something called smoothie clinics. And basically what I do is I had a partnership with an elementary school in Edo, Nigeria. And on that day, we did like a 1K walk because small kids, not a 5K, 1K walk. And then after that, we had a whole smoothie demonstration where we showed them like the resources surrounding you. You can make smoothies. These are fun ways to incorporate healthy food into your diet. And then also we gave a free non-perishable healthy items because right now they're going through a massive inflation. So people can't afford to eat healthy.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's powerful.
So that's what it
That's
was.
extraordinary. What a great idea. And it came to you in a dream. How convenient, how sweet, how
Yeah.
important that is. Wow. Go ahead. You can ask some questions, right? I know I'll talk to her all day. That's my
You took
homie,
our
you know
first two questions, bro. So,
what
but you know what? I can go on the fly, man. I can go on the fly. Tell me a little
I
bit, Doctor O, tell me a little bit about your company, Dr. O Juice. What inspired you? I know you got into juicing, but what inspired you to actually create your own brand?
Okay, so funny enough is that other people inspired me because to be honest with you, growing up, my parents had too many businesses, and I said, growing up, I will not have my own business. But what happened was when I started juicing for myself, people started knowing me as the juice lady in the DMV because I live in the Washington metropolitan area. People started knowing me as the juice lady because I would juice quarterly for 10 days. If it was your wedding, I was there, but if it landed on my day of juicing, I would just bring my juice to the wedding and I won't eat anything. I would just juice. It was just my detox. So there was one day a lady followed me to my house. I know she's my friend, and she was like, "Can you juice for
Okay.
me?"
Okay.
Yeah. She's like, "Can you juice for me?" I was like, no, I don't juice for people. I juice for me. I juice for my family, and that's it. She was like begging me. So I was like, I like you. So whatever fruits and vegetables I had in the house, because that time no business name, just juicing, made it for her. And this lady knows a lot of people. She's an event planner. She goes to one of her events, or she goes to her job, and she has these juices. They're like, "Who made it for you?" I had all these people calling me that I don't unknown numbers, and she was like, "Girl, you need to pick up your phone. Like these are customers." Are like, so I kind of got tricked into the business, and then this is when I was like, okay, I need to brand this thing. When I would spend weekends just juicing for all these people locally in mason jars and driving to their houses. And I'm like, I spent like 8 hours delivering juices. So when I said I had to make my brand, for someone in Texas was like, I want to try this juice. And when I shipped it, it didn't make it successfully mason jar. So I was like, you know what? I need to get FDA approved still put bottles. I need a logo. I need a brand. I need all this. And literally, I made my logo in like 3 days because in this area where I live, and I feel like in the East Coast in general, a lot of people are entrepreneurs. And a lady was like, "Oh, can you bring your juices to my lash launch?" And I was like, "But I don't got a logo." She was like, "Figure it out." She walked away. So me and my husband, we came up with a logo like in 3 days. And then we just had like a web designer, like, make it look beautiful from the drawing, the sketch we made. And that's how the business started. It was
Wow.
no business plan, nothing. It was like kind of like coerced into it, but then I'm glad
Right
now.
from the hip.
Yeah.
That's deep. That's
Yeah, that's
wow.
beautiful.
You
Um,
can't run from your destiny, man. You cannot run
Yes.
from your destiny. It will find you. And that is a beautiful
Mhm.
way to hear that it came from a friend who desperately just wanted you to try it, to her connections exploding because your heart was in it, your care was in it, and you really knew what you were doing because you've helped heal yourself. Like that's
Yes.
all what's in the bottle, it's your heart, your passion, the
Mhm.
years that you fought to be where you are today. And of
Yes.
course it would catch fire. So
Yes.
it's crazy that it didn't make it to Texas. That's
Yeah.
crazy, but
Yeah, and
man,
that's
what a
what made
story.
me, yeah, that not making it to Texas made me realize I needed to perfect it. So now we ship nationwide. So
oh
it,
wow,
it
so
goes
That's
you shipped out.
everywhere. Yeah, nationwide. But the original, the blueprint, no, it didn't make it because I didn't have like now the bottles I have are FDA approved. They're lightweight, spill proof, doesn't oxidize. It made it to Texas, California, you name it. And I'm in Maryland. So that's really far and it makes it still cold, it's still fresh. So I definitely perfected the brand.
That's
That's
awesome.
fantastic. Congratulations.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Let me ask you this. I know you being a nutrition expert, there's always this back and forth with, you know, uh, people wanting to eat whole foods versus supplementing. I'm a big person and believe in supplementing, but what is your take? What is your take as a nutrition expert on that? Eating just whole foods or versus supplementing, or do you combine the both? Like, what is your take on that?
I feel like a combination of both. Reason why is because a lot of people say they want to get everything from food, but then they're not able to get everything in their diet in a given day. So, like, I'll give you an example. Like, a lot of people are vitamin D deficient, right? And then they're not eating. So the whole thing is that in order to absorb vitamin D, you need to have vitamin C. And then they're not eating enough foods that have vitamin C, so they're not absorbing vitamin D. But if they're taking the vitamin D supplement, they're getting that direct vitamin D. But they wouldn't know that if they think, oh yeah, I'm just eating a whole foods, but I went to go get my labs and I'm still vitamin D deficient. Yeah, you're still vitamin D deficient because you need C in order to absorb D. So a lot of people don't even know that. So sometimes I feel like it's a combination. Like you need to eat well, and then in some cases you can't eat like so for instance, for people that are in sports, they can't eat like so much of this protein, so they rather do like in the shake in a supplemental form versus like eating all this, I don't know, eggs or at least if you're plant-based, all these nuts and seeds, that can hike up your cholesterol levels. So
Mm.
Yeah.
I believe both, and good quality ones, good quality supplements too.
That's good. Yeah, it's just interesting. I've been in the fitness and rehab and recovery world for going on 20 years, and I've talked to some nutrition experts. There's like just whole foods, no supplementing. This is all we're doing. This is the way you feed the body. And I'm like, okay.
No, no,
Yeah.
I'm a big advocate for both. Like even my clients, when they see me, we have supplement recommendations and also whole food recommendations based on, whatever their diagnosis is or whatever their goal is for the consult. So yeah, I believe in both, but just the good quality ones though, because a lot of supplements aren't approved by the FDA, so we have to be careful of that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, there is some supplements out there, people that are trash that you go to your GNC and you pick up crap supplements and you think that you're getting what you're getting, but you're not. There's a lot
Yeah,
of fillers and paint. So
yeah.
please be aware of what you're getting when you run into the GMC, or just contact us and we
GMC or
can
the
help you out.
GNC.
GNC,
I like
GMC.
GMC.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, or you go vitamin store. How about that? That's an
Yeah,
easy
yeah,
one,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's an
That's
easy one
funny.
that also has a lot of junk supplements in there. Just because
Yeah,
it
Yeah.
tastes like fruity pebbles doesn't make it great. So just be aware of what you're purchasing or ask an expert. Ask an expert for advice. I mean, sometimes you could walk into a Gold's Gym or a fitness gym and you could find someone. My question to you, Tolson, is this, Dr. O. How do you feel about people who try to do like all of the fitness stuff and all of the nutrition stuff in one? Do you feel like it makes more sense to be an expert in one field, or do you feel like people can truly master both?
Um, Personally, I feel like someone can master both, but because I feel like fitness and nutrition go together, but I feel like both entities take a lot of time. So you won't be able to like fully do both to 100%. That's just my perspective. So like I'll give you an example. Like for me, I'm all about nutrition, but part of the client intake form or when they fill it out is we asked about their physical fitness and then we give fitness recommendations. But usually, like I give them tips, but I would like, okay, I'll refer you to this person that can help you with your form. Like I don't know about the right form. Like sometimes you can go on YouTube and do it the wrong way and then end up pulling a ligament exposed, etc. So it's like I feel like if you're gonna do fitness, you can still know about nutrition because people like to write nutrition plans too. And if you're gonna do nutrition, you can fully focus on nutrition, and you can still know a little bit on the high level about fitness, but still, forward it to the specialists. Because I feel like you could be a specialist in more than one thing, but I'm just telling you as my personal experience, it's good to like focus on one thing and then the other things you don't have to be a specialist in.
I agree 101%.
Mhm.
I feel like nutrition is so packed, so dense,
It's
and changes and molds, and there's still so much information that we're discovering
yeah,
that if you want to be an expert nutritionist, you double down on that and you just lean into it. I
Yes,
took the
yes.
physical fitness side of the ball, right? The coin,
Hmm.
if you will. And I truly believe that I just wanted to be an expert in being able to help anyone at any age understand their form and know they can get stronger. And then when it comes down to like, I'm struggling with these 5 pounds, or I have hypertension or rheumatoid arthritis or something, I want to be like, hey, a nutritionist that knows what they're doing can help you change your foods, can educate you on some of the supplements that I'm recommending to you so you feel more comfortable. And this is the person you need to put your time into when it comes to nutrition. When you need to work out, when you need to train, when you need a program design, if you want to look at what your program was and how to change it for the better, whether
Yeah.
it's hypertrophy, weight loss, weight management, sports, I'm your guy. I can get you there. But when it comes to
Yes.
nutrition, I really want to give you someone else who's just as passionate as I am about physical fitness, because they're going to really help you understand why you're struggling or what your body's going through. Like, for instance, you just said with the vitamin D, vitamin C. You know how many people walk around and tell me that, oh, I need more vitamin D, they need more vitamin D, but they haven't eaten an orange or anything? Like, yeah, it's so important that they get that, and that needs to be really, I even think the timing is hard to do it all in 1 hour. If you have 1 hour with a client and they're talking about their physical fitness and then they go into nutrition, you're spending 20 minutes talking about nutrition on a basic level.
Hmm.
That's a whole nother set that we could be doing
Hmm.
to push you in the way, you know what I mean? Burn more calories. So
Yes.
it's really important for me to let the experts be the experts. Let them shine in their space. Don't have to cross the streams, you know what I mean? But that's my
Yes.
perspective. Yeah.
Right.
So
And I agree, Cliff. Like I did. So I competed in a bodybuilding competition
Oh.
back in November. So I hired a nutrition expert, someone
Mhm.
that can handle my macros, balancing me out. I'm like Cliff. I'm the fitness guy. I'm the fitness expert, right? So I know what to
Yes.
do. But I needed someone to control what I was eating and tell me what I was doing, and where my calories were. So that was
Mhm.
huge, and I didn't. And what
Yes.
the biggest thing for me was hiring an expert was I didn't have to think about it, right? It was just
Yes.
this person had an app, which a really good friend of mine had an app. Everything went through the app, and
Yes. Yes.
and then he
Yes.
was funny because if I messed up, he was my phone would ring. He'd be like, "Why did you eat that?" And I'd be like, "Yo, bro, well,
Hmm.
nah, you're not supposed to be doing that."
Yeah, yeah. I actually appreciate you being honest with your nutritionist because I find that some of my clients aren't honest. So there's actually a specialization called, there's a class that I have to take now. It's called nutrition psychiatry. So you can learn the lies and the cues that people make. Like you say, send me a 3-day food diary and you see everything's perfect, but you're looking at their BMI, you're looking at all the different things, you look at their cholesterol levels, you're looking at their labs, and you're like, this doesn't add up. And
Right.
then later on, you find out like this person is doing this because they want to seem perfect, but it's like, I can't help you if I don't know your deficiencies or your toxicities. So,
Yeah, you got to know
That's
people's
interesting. Yeah,
vulnerabilities.
that's awesome.
mhm.
That's
Yeah.
amazing that they're offering a class like that. I would have never thought.
Yeah, it's because it's psychological. Like a lot of the things we put in our mouth is like based on mood, like the sugar cravings, like depression or different things that we eat. It has to do with a mood or a hormone or
Sure.
something going on in your life.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
Mm.
remember hearing something like,
Mhm.
and I could be wrong, but I remember hearing that sugar is more addictive than cocaine.
Oh
I've heard
yeah.
that.
Hmm. Yep. And especially in the United States of America, like we're a lot of people are addicted to sugar. So that's why when you hear people like get off, they do like a cleanse and they don't have sugar, like drop massive amounts of weight, is because like the sugar, the amount of sugar they put like on the labels, they used to hide it, but the FDA made it now that they have to put it. It would say this is the amount of sugar, and then it would say this is the added sugar. So now you're thinking, oh, this is 2 grams, but if you look under it, it says like 9 grams. And next thing you know, you have 11 grams. And you're like, what? So now if you look at labels now, you'll notice there's added sugar in everything in the US. But if you go to like UK or Nigeria, they don't add. Like you can eat a lot of bread in Nigeria and not gain weight. You eat one slice of bread. For me, I can think about bread here and I'll gain like 20 pounds.
Yeah, that's because of you're right. The food, the way
Yeah.
America processes things, what America lets come into our country that we are eating is It's
Yeah.
just highly processed. High fructose corn syrup is everywhere,
Mhm.
and
Everywhere.
it's crazy. So you're
Yeah.
also a family woman, right? You have
Oh,
some
yes.
kids. Let's talk about that. How is balancing business and family?
Oh, so I have like a planner that I do every Sunday and I write everything down because I have a 5-year-old. My kids are so young. I have a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old.
Wow,
So
great.
Adorable.
yeah. And then my husband too. And he's also very, very, very busy. So what we do is we have a Google Calendar on a Google Drive and we can see each other's schedule. So and we have like different colors. Like mine is green, I'm trying to be plant-based. And then he likes like black and blue and gray. So his stuff is black and gray. So let's say someone's like, oh, because I try to balance like the kids' activities, and then we put the kids' activities there in like orange. So then when we see, oh, this clashes, then we move things around. Like I knew I was gonna make this one today because my kids are in school right now. Husband's working. I mean, what else would be going, at 11
Yeah.
o'clock? But if it was like in the evening, then we'll have to like move around. But yeah, so we have a Google Drive that I share with my husband so that we don't clash on our schedules so we can have time with the kids, or sometimes we have a babysitter roster too,
Mm.
when we want to do date night, etc., or go out, hang out with our friends. And then I also, for my personal self, I even have it right here. I don't know if if you see my to-do list, I don't know.
I can see
Okay.
kind of,
Got
yeah.
one too.
Yeah.
I got one. Oh, I got
Yeah.
highlights,
Yeah.
checkoffs, and crazy town.
Yeah. Like
I
I
got a whole
just,
board over here.
yeah, see, I just dump it all out in the beginning of the week. So that now people are like, how are you handling your chilling? I'm like one task at a time. Like right now, I'm just here. I ain't thinking about the 1,000 things I have to do. I'm here on this show right now.
I think parents are superheroes, man. The way you
I,
Wow.
juggle and make everything work,
I,
it's a blessing,
mm, I
you know.
agree. I agree. And I feel like we parents now, we have more pressure than our parents because like I don't know, I just feel like they have more help. Like now everybody's like individualistic. Like I feel back then you can have aunties, family members, and
Oh yeah.
just a
Oh yeah.
community. Now everybody's scared, like, oh, stay in the house, if you want to get a babysitter, you're looking at a whole resume of
Yeah. Yeah.
so
My
yeah,
mom
It's
grew up
so
in
true.
my mom grew up in the deep South, and
yeah,
she when she grew up, it was like she literally had her aunt, her grandmother, her
yeah,
uncles, all literally lived within like a 5-minute radius of each other,
yeah,
and they
Mm.
all
yeah,
helped each other out. They shared food, and my mom talked about every Sunday her mom would uh, set up extra plates at the table. She
hmm,
didn't know who was coming over for dinner, but she set up them extra plates because
yeah.
it was just that community, right? You had that
Yeah.
Yes,
community.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
people don't even really come over to people's houses anymore. You got to schedule like a month, 2 months in advance, and some people
Yeah,
rescheduling. Like before, people used to just walk in and just, like what you mentioned, grab a plate.
Yeah.
But I don't know, the world has changed.
It really has. It's
Mhm.
yeah, it's changed since 2020 for sure.
Oh
I
yeah.
also
Mhm.
hear a lot about your plant-based, your plant-based. So are you completely a vegan? Are you a vegetarian? Like, how do you
Yes.
handle your diet now that you've overcome your hypertension and you're managing your diet well?
Yeah, so I'm vegan, but I don't like to classify as vegan anymore. I like to say plant-based, and this is why.
Yes,
Because when
please.
when I when I became vegan, and I think it was 2015. Yes, when I became vegan in 2015, veganism was different. When you tell someone you're vegan, they see you eating like, plant-based salads, you're making your own nut butters, you're eating dates, you're making your own natural cookies from, fruits and vegetables, etc., non-processed, right? Now, veganism is like, I'm like, you might as well just eat the real thing. Like they're making fake stuff for everything. Like now, if someone says they're vegan now, you have to like think like what kind of vegan? Because you can be vegan and eat vegan donuts, vegan chips, vegan steak, vegan crabs. Sometimes,
Mm.
yeah, they have vegan
that's
everything. Vegan,
interesting.
yeah, vegan eggs. There's anything that's vegan, anything, name it out. There's a vegan thing. I went to a vegan fest. I was a speaker there, and they were throwing around vegan steak, and it had like fake blood made out of beet juice. I rolled my eyes.
Oh what?
Fake,
I was
fake
like, no,
blood made out of
yep,
beet juice.
yep, yep. And
It
people
ain't
were
that. It's
throwing,
not that serious.
yeah. So,
It
so, so,
is
so,
though. It's
so now,
crazy.
yeah. So now I just say I'm plant-based. I still eat like, I don't eat do dairy. Like, I mean, you don't have to do dairy. You can make a lot of baked goods without milk and eggs. And you can make anything without milk and eggs.
Yeah, I haven't
Because
eaten.
Yeah, so but I haven't eaten like chicken or beef or anything like that in like 8 years. Yep. I just had my vegan anniversary March 5th in 8 years. So
Hey.
and it's very easy as a Nigerian too, because like people are like, oh, you eat a lot of meat or whatever. I'm like, no, we eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, and you can modify it to make it towards your diet. But now I'm an advocate for plant-based. I tell people that you can still splurge and enjoy yourself maybe once or twice a week, but make sure a majority of your diet is, fruits and vegetables, and it's balanced.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That such an interesting concept when you talk to somebody who is plant-based and they've seen the evolution of veganism, because
Yes.
it is 100% true. There's vegan fast food joints, right? People are pushing
Mhm.
that. There's, like you said, the steaks with the fake beet blood. There's the
Yeah.
3D printing vegan food that they're printing on
Yeah.
a 3D printers now to look like things. It's
What?
crazy.
It's crazy.
And I didn't
Never heard of
Yeah.
realize,
this.
I thought people were celebrating that stuff because it kept
Yeah.
coming out more and more and
Yeah.
more. But
Yeah.
it's the truth is, it sounds like it's becoming more of a processed food industry
Yeah.
again.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
what
So,
is the salt levels going to look like? What is the
mm.
sugar levels going to look like, right? What is all that?
Yeah, the sodium levels are pretty high on a lot of the vegan processed foods. So I'll say like I won't say that, oh, I've never eaten a vegan processed burger or anything. Oh, I've tried it and it's delicious, but that's not my main food. Like probably Monday through Friday, I'm eating well. Sometimes people want to hang out Fridays. Okay, I eat out, but it's like I make sure that I'm eating colorful every day and based on my genetics. And so
Mm.
I became vegan because of my genetics and how my genes respond to what I eat. So usually when people tell me, oh, this thing runs in my family, I'm gonna get it next, I'm like, change your mindset. This is how your genes are reacting to how you're eating. So how about you change this so your genes don't react? Because that's the reason why I don't have hypertension, is because nutrigenomics, the study of genes and nutrition, how your genes react, like it's just that. Change some things. I mean, there's only 5% based on this book that I read, 5% of diseases that is like hereditary, like some bone diseases. Like if you're born with like that, like no, you can't change your diet, then your bones be no. But there's most diseases, diabetes type 2, hypertension, fibroids, like fibromyalgia, polycystic ovarian syndrome. Those are all like most of them are all food related and environmental toxins.
Oh my gosh, guys, if you
Yeah,
stayed to the end of this video,
yeah.
you are being celebrated right now, because just a couple of those terms alone might have been something that you have been affected by, your
Yeah.
family has been affected by, and you've been
Mhm.
taking pharmaceutical drugs to try to cure these things, and
Mhm.
it's make you feel like crap, and you're wondering what you can do, and you feel trapped.
Mhm.
You can change your diet and you can heal yourself. You can heal through good foods. Maybe you don't want
Yes.
to go full vegan. Maybe you're like, I'm never giving up chicken or
Yeah,
steak.
yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. What else can we do to help you usher in a healthier lifestyle in
Yes.
2024? Now is the time to start. Have self-love, be disciplined, and go after it. This
Yes.
is beautiful. I think it's so important. And it's really important because people struggle with, oh, I gained 1 pound, I lost 1 pound, I gained 1 pound. Or, cortisol levels have been crazy over the last few years. And people are like dealing with this weight management, and they think that they just can jump on a treadmill and just run it away. And they're
Yeah.
they're not seeing the results. They think they could just jump
No.
into a boxing class and just punch it away, but they're
Hmm.
still not seeing the results, right? They're leaving a year
Yeah.
and a half the same way they did when they got in there, with
Hmm.
very minimal muscle growth, with very minimal change. And the truth is, they probably need to look deeper into their emotional state, like you did mention, because what we eat is so tied into our emotions and what we think. And people aren't looking at it all that way. In my opinion, I think people are just looking at food as, yeah, I'm doing well. I had a salad and I chose to eat a salad over a burger. My choice was the salad over the burger. I'm doing great. Well, you still only lost 15 pounds in a year. We should be way beyond that. What is the
Yeah.
struggle, Or now you have
Hmm.
hip injury pain. How do we fix this hip injury pain and still
Hmm.
change your nutrition because you can't exercise as hard as you were? How do we
Yes.
keep your weight going down? And I think
Hmm.
that's what's important, like really getting people to understand that, nutrition is really the driver in everything.
It really is.
Yes, yes,
It is.
yes. And I like how you mentioned like, people can heal themselves, and a lot of people are on medications. And this is why I feel like they need to see you both as specialists, need to see me as specialists, because like also with nutrition too, we have a database that it shows the interactions of drugs and food. So there's certain foods that actually have really bad interactions with certain foods. Like if someone is on a statin, like a high blood pressure medication, I wouldn't recommend eating grapefruit at the same time. It's deadly, it's fatal. But people don't know that there, and you just hear these sudden deaths. But it's like, what did the person eat right around the medication? Like, like for beet juice, beets in general. Beets is actually like a natural hypertensive drug because the nitrates from the beets opens up your arterioles and lowers your blood pressure. So imagine eating beets right next to your blood pressure medication. Kill yourself. So it's
Oh
like,
my.
people don't, and then like even you being into fitness and form, etc. I was getting my hair done and I overheard my beautician's husband say that his shoulder, it popped out again. And I was like, oh, I really wish I could just recommend to CJ. Like he could teach him the right form. He's doing the wrong form, so he hurt his shoulder. So people need to see specialists and not go to Dr. Google.
That's
They
so
need to
Yeah.
know.
beautiful.
It's
Don't
so
go
Yeah.
to Dr. Google, go to Dr. O. Oh my gosh, that's so true. It's so true. Thank you so much for sharing your time, sharing your energy.
absolutely.
I want to take this moment to thank our sponsors, Be Legendary Apparel. Thank you so much for all that you do to support us. Thank you for letting us use Ron every week as a great resource. And if you're looking for fitness apparel, hats, shirts, hoodies, please go check out Be Legendary Apparel. Also, shout out to Fitness Essentials for all they do to support us, for allowing me to be here and to be a part of this community. Fitness Essentials teaches you form, program design. We do one-on-one live online fitness work. We do in-person work locally in our Bridgewater, New Jersey area, Warren area. We have classes that we teach. So if you're looking for program design, reprogramming, fitness life coaching, and or working out and you want to get involved, whether you're at home and you have a little gym or in person and you're in our local area, we can work with you. And also, thank you so much to Dr. O Juice for being on the show. Thank you so much for what she's doing and how she's impacting her community and her world. Not just in the States, not just nationwide, but internationally with the Africa trip and what she's doing there. It is a beautiful thing to see my classmates, the people that I grew up with, my community, my Black community, especially going out and doing amazing things in the world. It just inspires me truly to not give up on my goals and my dreams, and it allows me to see how powerful we are as our generation, stepping into responsibilities and caretaking and all the things that we need to step into. So thank you so much. Please like and subscribe, share this with the friends. If you have anything that you'd like to comment about nutrition, about the show, questions for Dr. O, me, or Ron, put them in the descriptions in the comment below. We want to hear those questions. We want to interact and engage with you guys, and we need your help. It'll help the channel out a lot. It'll help us with the algorithms, as you know. So please like it if you like it. If you didn't like it, you don't have to not like it. You could just not say anything or say something in the comment, whatever. Engage. We look for the engagement. We want to improve. Thank you so much again, Ron. Any last final questions before we take it away?
Yeah, just one quick last questions. What is maybe a couple of big goals that you may be looking for in the near future that you're looking to achieve?
One major goal is I'm trying to expand. I'm currently the county I live is PG County. They have a C-suite accelerator program, so I'm in their program now, and I'm trying to see if I can get someone to actually start making the juice for me so that I can like send it out because it's like the demand is high, so I want to make sure I can do that. And then also taking insurance because after I take this other exam that I'm doing for the state of Maryland, I can take insurance from 32 states in the US so now I can see more clients because a lot of people they don't continue treatment because they can't afford it. And that's when I was like, okay, there's a need. And that's when I went to the next step in, nutrition. That's the reason why. So I definitely want to help more people and build a practice with insurance and then also expand the juice empire. And that's it.
That's awesome. I appreciate you, Dr. O, and I'm
Mhm.
going to close it out. I want everyone to stay awesome, keep stepping to greatness, be legendary, having a great day, and thanks for tuning in to Mobility Bros.
Thank you so much
Yes.
for being here. Thank you,
And thank you
Tulsa.
for
Thank you.
having me. Have an amazing day. Thanks, guys.